How are we doing? Sorry, I'm checking my camera. Everything got shifted a little bit by me when I was trying to fix my computer the other day. There we go. Morning, good morning. How are we doing? Morning, early arrivers. Good morning, Kill. Good morning, Neskel. How y'all doing? I'm doing alright myself. I, had a bit of a stressful yesterday, since my, if anyone in Discord probably saw it, but my CPU cooler, my all-in-one, died on me yesterday. So, there was a momentary panic, because I no longer had a functional computer, which is a problem, since I make, do all of my work on a computer. So, but I had, luckily I still had an old air cooler from my old processor. And it's fine. It does mean my case cooling is a little scuffed, because I don't have the hardware to hook up just straight up fans to my top section. That's where the radiator was mounted for all-in-one. So my whole cooling situation's a little scuffed. So I've got my AC on. I'm sorry if it's wrecking the audio a little bit. I do apologize. But I'm trying to keep the computer cool by keeping my ambient temperature down. So it is what it is. Yeah, that was spooky. I had a feeling it was going out. I've occasionally been having issues with it. And it's many years old now. So, hardware fails. Especially when you're using it, 18 hours a day, every day. Yeah. But luckily the TDP on my current processor and on the one I had previously, and thus what the Wraith Prism is rated for, are roughly the same. So saved. So it should be fine. Apparently it's a pretty good air cooler for what it is. So we're good. You're only feeling meh? You're having a meh day, Kill? It's too bad. Hope it feels better. Hope it goes better as the evening progresses. Thank God my CPU came with its own stock cooler. Be stressing about stuff is enough. Yeah, like my like I said, my old 2700, my AMD 2700 came with a cooler. My 5900X, the one I have now, did not. But I was using an all-in-one regardless. Like I use the same AIO for both. So the 2700's cooler was just sitting in my box, sitting in a box in my closet. Because I don't throw anything away. And look at that. Look at that. Paid off. Because I don't have the money to replace a cooler, so I would have been actually SOL. I'd have been actually SOL. I would have been begging. I just order a burger, waffles, and a milkshake. Hey, don't underestimate the power of food, Kill. Sometimes that's all you need is a treat. So, do it. Do it. I felt better after my burger last week. And good morning, Impale. Thank you for the early ghosty as well. And checking in. How you doing? We're here. We're here. The computer seems to be running. I do have my hardware monitor up. Just in case. Just to sort of keep an eye on things. Don't tempt me? Nope. Consider yourself tempted. Boom. Correct. Sometimes all you need is some food, man. Sometimes. As they say, treat yourself. We're just gonna run around in circles for a little bit before I get started. We're just getting going. Just getting going. Oh, we banter a little bit. We're doing more Hildibrand today. If the title wasn't obvious. We still got lots of Hildibrand to do, so we're just gonna do some more Hildibrand today. Be nice and chill. Hey, Diabolus is now categorized as a congested world. Nice. That's where I live. Morning. Good morning. But yeah, I think my camera's about right. I think it might be a little lower than usual. But whatever. Everything got moved around a little bit since I had to yank my computer out from under my desk. So things got unplugged and replugged, and I turned my. Thankfully, I checked yesterday, but I turned my. I opened OBS to make sure, you know, everything was still working and that it wouldn't make my computer explode yesterday. And my webcam just wasn't doing, like, just wasn't turning on. I was like, that's weird. It's plugged in. So then I, you know, opened it up in like just the Windows cam thing, and it turned right on. Like, okay. So I opened it in the Razer software, and it turned right on. And then I went back to OBS. I closed all those, because you can only have the camera in one source at a time, because Windows. And then I tried again, and it was like, no camera. Not even turning on. Like, not even the light enabling. It's weird. So I added a new source, or a new, like, camera source to the scene, and referenced my camera, and it turned on right away. I'm like, okay. And then I go and, you know, check the original source, and it still wasn't doing it. And then I don't even know what I did, but I, like, disabled and re-enabled everything, like, several times. And then suddenly my original source with all my filters and such on it came back. And the camera was working again. I don't know. I don't feel like I solved anything. I don't know why it didn't work, or why it suddenly started working, but obviously something got, you know, gooped up. I don't know. But we're back. Wrecking it. Everything seems to be working. My computer's not self-destructing anymore at the moment. Just need to figure out how to mount some fans on the underside so I can get some better air cooling. I have fans, like that I have, but I don't have the hardware to, like, mount them. Because, like, they're mounting holes, but I need, like, some grommets and washers and such that I presumably I had with the case, but this case is 15 years old, and I do not know that I have those anymore. Where they are if I have them. So, gotta figure something out. For now, it seems to work. But like I said, I do have the AC on back there, which means, and since the AC is coming this way, it does get caught by my mic occasionally. Usually when I'm talking, so I do apologize. Sound quality is a little scuffed. I may do a whole big old rotate of this setup. Partially for that reason, and partially because I think it'd be nice. Let me put stuff on like there's a wall over on this side, obviously, so I can do some decorating and such. We'll see. It would also put me out of line with the AC, which presumably would mean you don't hear it, because this is even though it's a headset mic, it is a dynamic mic. Uses a dynamic capsule, so it's only catching stuff from this direction. So it happens that my stuff is back there. It's also this direction. But we're in it. Yeah, everybody else doing alright? We ready to do some more Hildibrand? Ready to get goofy with it? I don't trust headset mics. Never managed to get a good one. Even this Razer one is super quiet unless I overboost it in settings. Yeah, I've had to boost this one as well. This isn't technically a headset mic. It's not actually connected to the headset. This is an individual mic that I have mounted to my headset. Or to my headphones. Because these are just straight up headphones. So it's a high quality mic of its type. But it's not really designed for like broadcast type stuff. So eventually I'd like to get, a whole real mic with an XLR setup and all that good stuff. I think I would need to actually go to XLR though, to actually get markedly better audio quality, because I think I sound fine, other than the AC. I think I sound pretty good. But the I think an XLR would be better. Does XLR over USB actually make a difference? It does, yeah. It's actually higher quality audio. At least from the like I've watched a lot of mic reviews where they're testing like one to the other. And maybe it's not with every mic. Maybe some mics are different, but it seems to actually make a difference. How does the XLR connect? That's the hard part. You have to use a second interface. You use an actual interface, which often contains like a preamp. So you plug it into an interface, and then that runs to the computer. I think it's the preamp that does a lot of the audio work. I think. But like you can, so yeah, you plug it into an XLR interface that also has a bunch of hardware settings and stuff, so you can do like balancing and things like that on it, and as well as like boost the audio. It might be more the preamp, yeah, but there are not a lot of USB preamps. I don't know if that's a thing in general, but might be. But yeah, it could be. But I'm not enough of an audio guy to tell you, like for sure. I just know that I've seen or I've listened to enough reviews and like people comparing both mics, or like the mics that have like both interfaces, because there's a lot of mics that you can plug in USB or XLR, and when they swap, you can tell like an active difference between the two. I don't have the energy to explain it deeper, but kind of. XLR matters for more than just preamp, but it's negligible unless you're doing crazy high-powered shit with it. Right. Someone who understands only the basics of computers, searching for a new motherboard is a headache. Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. I have no idea if there are features in the store listing or the person writing it had a stroke and just type gibberish. It's a little of both. Yeah, that's fair, Nisko. Like I said, I don't know the specifics. I just know that, you know, I've heard them compared side by side, like on the same mic. And it seems to make a difference. And I think what I'm saying is, like, if I want to change from this mic, I'll need to go, like, all in. I think. To get it like an actual, like, improvement that people could actually notice. Not just that I would notice. Because, you know, you're obviously, everyone, like, ultra critiques their own audio. Yeah, good luck, Impale. I couldn't even tell you nowadays. It's been a while since I've had to buy a new motherboard, and it was a nightmare picking this one. Which I had to do because my old one died at one time. Stream, I mean, not saying for all audio. Sure. Yeah, I would have to, you know, I'd have to sort of be willing to do it. So that's money. Sorry, I agree with you. I didn't make that clear. Oh, no, I think we're on the same page. I'm still, like, I'm not quite expressing myself 100% correctly either. It's that beginning of stream, brain no worky. XLR is better for streaming. The preamp is what does a lot of the work for it. Right. Benefits of an XLR, otherwise for the streamer would know that. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, like I said, I think the preamps, a lot of the being able to actually drive the mic over just whatever the USB can provide it is a kind of a big deal. Yeah, other than that, I think it's mostly. You know, worky words be hard. Exactly. Want to upgrade to a new CPU and get DDR5, which requires a new motherboard? Yep. You looking at AMD or Intel? Because the correct answer is AMD. But either one would require a new motherboard. Either one. If you ever need any help choosing parts or troubleshooting or anything, I went to college for audio, so I'd be happy to help. Oh yeah, sure. I will likely hit you up for that at some point. When I have the money to drop on, you know, audio upgrades. Because obviously audio is important for streaming. But I'm in that, like, good enough space currently. So there are other priorities first, I think. Unless somebody just drops me a donation because they hate my audio or something. It's like, here, have a couple $100 to upgrade your audio. I wouldn't say no. Went with Intel when I built this PC 9 years ago. All I see is talk about now is AMD. That's where I'll go. Intel's been scuffing it a little bit on their latest releases, while AMD's been kind of killing it. So, yeah, your audio's totally good for streaming. I don't think you need to change only if you want to. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, you can obviously always improve, but you know, if I want to improve it, I think I have to, like I said, go kind of ham. Like, maybe not necessarily get like a Shure SM7B or anything, because that's insane. that is an insane thing to do for where I'm at in life. But, you know, I would have to at least invest, like, you know, a couple $100 probably. So. Not for now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm on an AMD system too. You can see everything I've got down below. It's in one of my panels. I'm on AM4, I'm not on AM5, which means I can't really help a ton, Impale, if you're looking for a new rig. Because they switched, AMD switched sockets with their, like after the generation that I'm using. Which also jumped them to DDR5, etc. So I don't know anything about the new motherboards. I don't know who's hot, who's not, what to avoid. And they keep throwing new features on the motherboards, so who knows? But I'm sure somebody can help. I'm sure somebody can help. Throw a question in the Discord. See if anybody in there's got a more up-to-date experience. I know Kill's got, you know, Kill knows his tech as well. Yeah, I love my AMD processor. My 5900X is a very good streaming processor. Like, it's quite fast enough for gaming, but it's also got like it's got 12 actual cores. And then, you know, the weird multi-threading thing means it's got 24 processes. But I don't care about that so much. It's got 12 cores, so I can also do like content creation work pretty quickly. Like rendering videos and just streaming in general with all my other stuff running. I would recommend at least 32 gigs of RAM nowadays, though, because everything's getting more expensive. Like, to run when browsers are eating up multiple gigs. So dumb. I got away with 16 gigs for so long, but once I started streaming, actually, like a few minutes into streaming, I was like, I'm like bonking against my my RAM limit. Like I started actually running out of RAM, like consistently when I was streaming. I was like, all right, maybe it's time. so I did a jump to 32, and it's been great. Because you don't want to dive into your page file. That's misery. So bad. If you've even got a page file set up. Yeah, 32 gigs is minimum for RAM for a nice experience. It's like, yeah. It's, yeah. Yeah, on 16 I want more, but I don't want to buy more DDR4. So you're just gonna do the whole upgrade. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I probably would at this point, if I was doing a whole PC rebuild. I'm probably not going to be changing this PC until it dies on me. TBH. Or if I become independently wealthy, and I'm like, this one can be a stream PC, and build a new insane gaming rig. But not likely. Yeah, should be good. Should be good. Good luck in your search. Just read all the reviews, watch all the videos, however you prefer to get your reviews. Try to don't read every review, because I imagine, especially nowadays, half of those reviews are probably written by an AI. Sorry, an LLM. Yay! But, you know, Go to stay with like the reliable sources, people who've been around forever. Ask them their opinion. I think Gamers Nexus still does motherboard reviews, I think. They're really good. Digital Foundry, maybe. A couple other ones. Who knows? But I suppose I will dive into the Hildy here. I suppose, if everybody's ready. Everybody's settled in, they got themselves some water and snacks and such for us to get weird with it. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee myself. And yeah, my it's at the rate they're going, my next GPU will also likely be AMD. Because Nvidia is like, yo, but what about DLSS though? Why make our hardware better when we can just cheat? Basically what the 50 series is. It's like barely better than the 40 series hardware-wise. Barely better. But they're like, look how much faster it is. It's not. They're being disingenuous because they're making all the money off AI. My next GPU will probably be AMD. The only thing that deters me is the fact they don't have the dedicated encoder chip on board on AMD cards. But maybe they will soon. Maybe they will. By the time I decide to do a GPU upgrade. Maybe they will. Or maybe it'll just be so fast it doesn't matter anyway. You know, my phone is about to die. Need to fix that on break. All right, let's talk to Tower Meadow here. We got to do some gladiating. Going into lurk mode, Inescal. Thank you so much for hanging out. Enjoy your lurk. Take it easy. We will be here. Yeah, Kill. Like I said, as long as your GPU has headroom, like the gaming part of your GPU has headroom, which for AMD is all of the GPU, then you'll never see a difference. I imagine that the people who actually have the issues are people who are like maxing out their GPU in whatever game they're playing. So they're playing, stuff at 4K, 120 hertz, like blasting, just 100% GPU usage all the time. At that point, your render or your encoding will suffer. But whereas it wouldn't on a NVIDIA card. But very rarely, especially if you're not playing at 4K, although I am, are you going to be maxing out a modern CPU or modern GPU? Like actually 100%ing a modern GPU? You'd have to work real hard. It would have to be like at 1080p. You'd have to be doing like 400 FPS on like a game or some nonsense. Something just insane, probably, to actually like actually tap it out. It's not just usage, it's also like memory bandwidth and things like that. Simple description. So yeah. I think in all likelihood it won't matter. Like I said, especially if the GPUs are that much faster. Like actually just better. I don't think it really matters. It would likely be a it'll likely be an AMD for me too. Like I said, it's not enough to put me off, whereas a lot of what NVIDIA is doing is enough to put me off. The encoding thing is not enough by itself. IMO. Not if the GPU itself is actually worse. Insane. Yeah, it's modern. Like, you know, like Bill was saying, he's still on his 3060. If you're still playing it, games at 1080p, 1920 by 1080, basically anything from the 30 series on or the AMD equivalent, it's fine. It's gonna be fine. We've hit like that. We've hit like that hardware threshold, like around the 30 series, where it's like it's probably gonna be fine at 1080p no matter what you do. Pretty much no matter what you're playing. It's gonna be fine. It's only when you start pushing the resolutions or really high refresh rates, like going for like high FPS, that it will even matter. Or that you can, upgrade. I'm on my 3080 Ti still, and I am playing at 4K. Like I'm 4K right now. And 14's been fine. Obviously 14's not the most intensive game, but y'all have seen me play other stuff. You've seen me play like Clear Obscure and South of Midnight and stuff like that. Some stuff actually on UE5, which is the suffering engine. So, and it's still been fine. Like I'm not crushing the frame rate, but I can't stream it higher than 60 FPS anyway. So it doesn't really matter. I limit all my games to 60 FPS when I'm on stream. So as long as they do that, or at least close to it, I'm good. Playing on an old TV from like 20 years ago. Feels crazy to say. Is it still a flat screen smart TV? Yeah. We were already doing that 20 years ago. You asking me if I remember when TVs from 20 years ago were box TVs? Yeah. I remember when monitors were boxes. I hauled around 2 LAN parties with like friends and such. I hauled around a 21-inch CRT just as part of my gaming rig. It weighed like 70 pounds or something. It was obscene. Like I was literally doing strength training every time I went to a LAN party between my big ass PC, because my PC was also big, because I'm a crazy person, and my big ass monitor. I was yeah, I remember. You used to have to sweat in order to play games? Because these days don't even know. They don't even know. They don't even know. Even the Game Boy, I was going to talk about like portable gaming, but even like the original Game Boy, the gray brick, you could just kill somebody with that thing. Like even the Game Boy Color was much smaller than the original Game Boy. Like form factor wise. You going on your story content? 2/3 of the way to your first break anyway. Yeah, but this is, you know, it's not like I'm just sitting here. We're chatting. We're chatting. So, yeah, I probably should. Yeah. Streaming is just a talk show. I am hosting a talk show. That's what streaming is. For the people who are good at it. It's just a talk show. But yeah, I suppose we can go. I suppose. Yeah, no, I'm always down to banter, though. I have seen streamers who log in to play a game and they never get to the actual game. They just chat for hours. Don't mind it. Sometimes the chatting is the most fun part, you know? There you are. I was just going to start a melee without you. I'd be remiss not to tell you there's been a slight change of plans. Another contestant suffered a last-minute injury. None other than our very own Ultros has stepped to take place. Yep. Ultros is here, by the way. Everyone's favorite octopus joining the fray. Spectators are pouring in. Bookmakers around town are raking in the kill. Ain't a bad thing for us. Yeah. Hildibrand spoilers. I should have said that earlier. Hildibrand spoilers, ahoy. Master Fergus is himself quite taken by promotional skills. Future's looking bright for old Dower Meadow, it is. What say ya? Gonna get your arse kicked? Heck yeah. And yes, we are going in with our level 100. That's what I like to hear. Ladies and gents, time to blaze the world, limbs to fly! Sorry, I don't have like a wrestling announcer voice, I don't think. Hi, Hildy. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I've got one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, plutocrats and paupers, open your eyes and steel your stomachs. The Mithril Cup, brought to you by our ever-charitable friends at Amanji and Sons Mineral Concern. Your concern's our concern, is about to begin! Who will stand atop the heap of maimed bodies and twisted limbs to claim victory? Will it be the tempestuous Avila of Alamigo? Adamlon, the famed warrior of light? Or who was that grinning fool again? Ah, that's right, Humberbatch, ancient of infamy and imbecile extraordinaire. Roasted. Or will it be our 11th hour entry? Ultros! The eight-legged purple purveyor of pain. Here I am. Did you miss me? I'd say we have a battle for the ages here, folks. Combatants, take your positions and let the battles begin. God, I hope my compressor didn't. Or I hope my compressor did its job. I think I might have been yelling. That's why I have a compressor, though. Alright. Hey, you two. Now, you know the deal. We team up and wipe out the others. And when it's just the two of us, take a dive. You receive your share of the winnings. Haven't forgotten our promise. Wow. Collusion. Axe. Oh, look at Navilla's blade spin! Wow, she's a veritable whirlwind of death and destruction out there. They breed them tough in Alamigo, that's for certain. Oh. You are next! Yeah, I mean... I'm probably higher level than you are. Go, ladies and gents. Once my buddy gets a whiff of those raw truffles, he'll be sneezing up a storm. Literally. Gee, Ultras. Yep. Might be my favorite recurring monster in Final Fantasy. Ultros is a classic. Yeah, he's here. He's also in 14. Hold on. Let's do I need to do this. Let's go. There we go. Equal parts intimidating and comical. It's true. It's true. How you doing this morning, Nuffy? We're Hildibranding it up. It's so funny that he's in this. Playing more at Drillcore? Yeah, you gotta tell me about it. You gotta tell me about Drillcore. I checked out the page. Looked neat. Looked neat. Yeah, we'll keep on. Keep on keeping on. Hey, nothing like the rich aroma of roasted truffles. All this fighting to give Uncle Ulti an appetite. Time for dinner yet? The tower defense roguelike. Interesting. I'm trying to picture how that would play. I didn't watch the video. Ultra was great. Thank you. Wait a minute. Roasted truffles. Ooh. Oh, crap, I forgot what my Hildy was. Oh no, I lost the Hildy voice. I should have wrote this down. Be like a... I think he was like a southern gentleman. Braised in a savory sauce, just like Mother used to make them. Feel free to have seconds. There's a whole sack full where that came from. Don't think that's exactly it. I'll need to re-nail down Hildy. Yeah, meddling musclehead. Put roguelike in quotes because the only roguelike part is the procedural generation and the upgrades you're offered. Ah, you're mining. As you mine, you can find technology specs to unlock roguelike upgrades. Ah, okay, I gotcha. That's how that you're building towers and expanding your base and drilling DRG Light Corp. Very cool. Alright. Yeah, so it's like run base. It's like a run base tower defense. What's taking him so long? The girl's gaze gave it away. Open that gate at once. Very neat concept. Lots of unlockables, lots of unlockables. Hey, we love an unlockable. What? What's that monstrosity? What What is that monstrosity? What the hell? Oh, it's Typhon. Right.
Mr. Typhon, is that your stomach I hear rumbling? Can I interest you in some roasted truffles, perhaps?
Different races you can play as? Yeah, I'll have to put it on my wish list. Throw it on the old wishy list. Does sound fun. What fascinating friends you have, Ulti. Why? Just look at that charming little nose. Hmm? Is he perhaps suffering from a case of the sniffles? He's probably fine. Could it be Illa's vaunted Tempest Blade? Was that monster all along? Girl played us all for fools. Do you think somebody would have noticed that?
Don't look at me. It was all her idea. I'm just a stupid octopus.
You're the one who approached me, you double-dealing fiend.
I just wanted to experience the thrill of battle. You know, for my work and all. Come on, Dower. Has Uncle Ulti ever lied to you?
I tell ya, I knew there was something fishy about that Ellen Megan. Whoa! Whoa, dude. Can't... Ellen Megan's beggars and brutes, a lot of them. We give them a home in our lands, and this is the thanks we get. Send her to the Garlemald all for all I care. Get her out of my sight before I get sick. Yo, mega racism all of a sudden. Now I'm the shock spectator? Yeah, they just like... Boom. Can't just be... No. But I just wanted to... My sister.
I feel for the girl, really. My little octopus heart goes out to her. The rules are the rules, right? Now, if Uncle Ulti may be so bold, I say we call off the melee and have a final showdown between the 3 remaining competitors. That would be me, my buddy Typhon, and Damelon here. What do you say, Mr. Warrior Light?
Yeah, all trust, all trust, all trust. Somehow. Well, this is the most unprecedented turn of events, but who am I to deny the wishes of such a passionate crowd of martial arts aficionados? The venue. Alatali, the fighters, the tag team of Ultros and Typhon versus the Warrior of Light. We'll be standing when the storm has settled. Be there, or miss a battle of the ages. Of the ages is. I don't have a voice. I don't have voice mod set up. I can't do an echo effect. Oh, hi, Hildy. He's fine. He's fine. This questline is unhinged. I love Hildy so much. Goes to stream suggestions. Add voice echo effect. It's true. I mean, I have voice mod downloaded, so it's a thing I can actually do. I just need to figure out how to set it up. There's a couple of those tools out there. Maybe I should. There's a lot of stuff I want to do. Including maybe a subathon. We'll see. If I can get it all set up. Put it right in. So, to review, the truffles were to elicit a sneeze from the octopus's oversized crony, which would be positioned so as to appear it was coming from Alameda Girl's blade, allowing the two to sweep away their opponent's thieves. No wonder I wouldn't be able to see it sooner. It's quite possibly the most imbecilic scheme I've encountered in my years as a consulting inspector. At any rate, we have no choice but to trust in your abilities now, Damelon. Let's make for Halatali. I got this. I'm level 100. How you doing, Hildy? You do not fight as a gentleman. Yeah, there is software to help me with that kind of thing. There's a lot of stuff you can do with voice effects and visual effects and all sorts of things. I just need to do them. Really take us to the next level here. Where are we going? Halatali. Let's do this, not that. Let's do this. Oops. Not do that. I am out. I'm out of free company actions. Don't forget to go see if I won the lottery, too, chat. No. I messed up. My ticket's expired. Oops. I forgot to do it all last week, apparently. Oops. We want an alpaca. So cute. I forgot that Halatali was also a dungeon. I don't think that's what we're going to. Let's see. Well, this tourney's turned into a right mess. All the trouble I took preparing consolation prizes for the melee. Looks like we won't be needing them after all. Of course, as long as you're bringing the spectators and the profits. I could give a gnat's arse. Ha I know what you're thinking. 2 against 1 ain't fair. Especially when one of the two is the size of a small house. So here's the deal. Why don't you bring along some of your friends to the battle? Let's say 7 of them. That should even the odds, right? I did not expect this to be an actual duty. Okay. Well, interesting. Interesting. I don't even know where this would be. Still in Realm Reborn. Now, how do I do this? Alright, well in any case, we've got our first break coming up here in a second, so we will queue after that. Chat. For sure. So, take this opportunity to get up, move around, have yourself a little break yourselves, because we take our break when the stream does. And then we will be back at Dragon's Neck, there it is. We'll be back in about 3 minutes to go ahead and queue for this. If anybody else wants to check out this duty and have it unlocked, of course, be more than willing to join in. Be more than happy to have you join in. Because this may be a difficult thing to queue for. But we'll see. So yeah, stay tuned, everybody. And we will be back here in about 3 minutes for more Hildibrand. Stay tuned. We are welcome back, everybody. How are we doing? How are we? Everybody good? Everybody good? I'm cracking open a Mountain Dew. And we are going to do this. Again, if anybody wants to join in, let me know. We're gonna do it on our Black Mage. I wonder, could I do it unsynced? No, you have to like beat them before you can do it unsynced, don't you? Hook you. I don't know if this is gonna work. I may need tactical assistance on this one. I don't expect there are a lot of people queuing for a random Hildibrand quest duty. But maybe I'll get some people in the queue doing their roulettes or something. But yeah. We are less than a, well, no, wait, what is today? We're exactly a month away from my streamiversary, by the way, chat. I've been doing this for 11 months now. Holy crap. That's still insane to me. I did not expect to enjoy it as much as I do when I started. Despite the fact that, you know, I had a couple of people tell me that I should probably just do it before we started. I did not expect that it would work with my introvert brain as well as it has. Glad I tried it. Yeah, we're 11 months in as of today. As I've alluded to on Discord, I am trying, this is not a confirmation, but I am trying to set up a subathon for next month. For those who aren't aware, a Twitch subathon or a streaming subathon is when the streamer sets up a system where he streams for a while, for a long time, with that time being largely decided on by the community. So things like subs and bits and donations and such add to a timer. Usually there are, you know, like community goals that you can reach for certain thresholds, or either weird stuff to make me do, or things for the stream, or, you know, community events, that kind of thing. So, you know, it's something to help me out, but it's also something for the community to celebrate. I'm trying to set it up, because also my birthday is next month as well. Where I'll be even older. The fact that September is also usually September on Twitch doesn't hurt. So really, it's a confluence of things. So I'm trying to figure out some stuff, trying to set it up. I will not be doing the straight-through subathons that some youngsters can pull off, where they just literally stream nonstop as long as the timer's going. I'll do like a day limited thing, probably like 12 hour, up to 12 hours a day, and then if there's still time on the timer, it goes to the next. It'll apply to the next day, that kind of thing. So keep an eye on the socials and on Discord for the actual announcement. Once I figure out exactly what I want to do, and figure out goals and all that stuff. So obviously, I'd love your support. Yeah, no. Even if you're just coming to hang out, watch me lose my mind, potentially, as we do, like, maybe up to like a week of 12-hour streams every day, or something like that. Something like that. But it will be relatively soon if I do it. In September. Yeah, no. Keep an eye out. Keep an ear out. Keep yourself out. I don't suppose this quest has duty support, does it? Where's the duty support? Don't remember where you are. Where I can see the duties. Duty support. Let's see. I don't think there's many trials in the that have it, are there? No. It's just dungeons, seems. Yep. That'd be very convenient. Take a squad in. Yeah, this is the system that lets you do like NPC dungeons with NPCs. This could be a tough one. Okay. But yes, as I was saying, if you have any ideas for community goals or things like that, things for like you've hit so many so many subs or whatever, throw them in the stream suggestions channel in the Discord. I'm still figuring out what I want to do. They're like, you've reached 50 subs. You gotta do this. It could be stuff that I have to do, or stuff with the stream, or whatever. I'm open to suggestions. I would like to make it a successful event. But it's my first one, so it may end up scuffed. You know. You know. You know. It's not really, the queue is not really queuing here. That. We may be stuck. We may be hard stuck until I can rally a team. some point. This is a hard one to queue for. As much as I want to. Much as I would want to. Friend list. I could ping Scarlet. Scarlet's probably busy. Try to ping Scarlet. Usually if Scarlet's available, she pops into the chant. We'll see what happens. Yes, anybody in chat wants to also do the thing? Free. Feel free. Although I suppose you have to have Hildibrand unlocked, or have to have this unlocked to have reached this point. I actually wonder, maybe someone in chat knows. Could I do this solo? Like, if I, like, and complete the quest? Like, maybe, that might be a bad idea, but could I try this solo? Like if I hit the, you know, unlimited power button on the duty finder. Duty. Anyone knows? Let's check my temperatures out. How are we doing? Temperatures? Not amazing, but fine. Not amazing, but fine, temperature-wise. I really need to figure out some way to mount some fans to the top. That would be good. So I've got the fans, just don't have the hardware. So basically I have, since my AIO is dead, and the radiator was mounted to the top with the fans on it. That's gone, obviously. Now I just have I have a front fan and then a rear fan are the only like case cooling I have, and the CPU fan. So I could really use something up top. Like at least it's like an open grate, so it's still like heat can still rise out of it, but could very much use some fans driving it. Or even a fan. I wonder if I can rig up a fan with what I have. probably be worth. The physics of case cooling is actually super interesting. Sometimes what you think is good is actually not good because of physics. I used to know a lot about that particular topic in general. I used to be one of those overclocky boys who like actually sat down and tweaked and dialed in everything and like manually overclocked all your stuff and squeezed every ounce of performance out. Don't really bother anymore. It did give me some cool knowledge, especially because like the like AMD's like PBO stuff, like their like auto Their auto, like, overclocking is honestly pretty good. It ramps up my cores when it needs it. I just sort of let it do its thing. Okay. I'm gonna exit this. It's not working. I wonder if I can do this solo. Unrestricted party. Won't get any XP or items. Unfortunate. I don't know if there's any of those in this anyway. Also don't know if it'll let me do it. Don't want to level sync. Duties to appropriate difficulty based on level of party members. Alright. Let's try this. This may be a mistake. If I do this. Alright, we'll see what happens, chat. Just for our own knowledge, going as our 100 red mage, which means we should be pretty strong. But final confrontation will be held here, atop the dragon's neck. All members of the team fall from the platform, they forfeit. Seafood soup is not on the menu today, boys. Nice. Battle theme. Nailed it. That was appropriately cinematic, I feel like. Doing it again like a sucker. And a devil claims the Mithril Cup. Sorry, that was a little anticlimactic, huh? Yep. 11 seconds. Did I? My Wondrous Tome's still valid. Not that I ever complete it. Hey! No, we gotta bring out the boy. Hold on. Honestly, worth. Hold on. Here we go. Minions. Very nice. You can't execute this time. Can't do it with my umbrella out. What? There he is, chat. A creeper. Beautiful. Is chat working? I think so, yeah. Perfect. Alright. We did it. The fight might have been a little underwhelming. I apologize. We didn't even really get to see what anybody does. Maybe we'll do it, I'll have to go back through that one again at some point. Oh, good show, Damon. Performances earned us front row seats at the awards ceremony. You should afford us the perfect vantage point to thwart the thief. Come, let's return to the Coliseum. But also, it was kind of hilarious. Like, you know, like, oh, look at this big challenge. Look how scary these guys are. Oh no. Yeah, I am a caught up warrior light at level 100 and 725 item power. Just deleted them. We are not the same. Back to Ulda. We are not the same. Do 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 do. I like the Hildibrand stuff. It's fun. It's fun. I hope y'all are enjoying it too. As well as getting to see our boy, Ulti. Gigantic creeper that he is. Alright. Oh, Hildy. It was a battle for the ages, but a worthy victor has risen to claim the spoils. And now, let's take a look at the relic that our champion has won. Relic, you say? Hi, LT. What do we win? Let's see. Behold, from the personal vaults of Master Fairgeist himself, the Warden's Grace, a timeless treasure the likes of which our realm has never seen. One that's earned the attention of Eorzea's most prominent pilferer. Aha! I actually did though, Nelfie. I got an Ultros minion. I got a wind up Ultros. So I literally did win them. Bug you! Too bad it's not a mount. A mount would be hilarious. Just like trying to hold on, please, scooting along. Ladies and gentlemen, inspectors and invertebrates, the opening act dragged on over long, but why not? The main event is about to begin. Oh, eh. Probably still easier as a ride than SK. You're probably right. I think you got it right. Hold on. Obligatory.
I sweet. So the way balances the.
I love it so much. Dude, dive bombs flips, goes wee. You're going Mach 20. He's like one of the most powerful beings, right? In the game, apparently. But yeah, we could really use like a saddle, or like some kind of strap or something. I don't know how we manage it. Because he do be going. SKA is the definition of zoomies. Some kind of strap, you say? I said what I said. Even if that's not what I meant. But I said it. Would probably keep you in place. I know that you paid well for your seat here today, but I can assure you that my performance will not leave you disappointed. Now I invite one and all to sit back and enjoy the show. Yeah, I deserve that, Ellie. I deserve that. Fireworks. I mean, I don't know what you mean. Vile fiend, mark my words. You have stolen your last treasure. I swear it on the Mandeville name. That's close to what I wanted Hildy to be. Okay, I know a new emoji. Oh no. Hi, Greg. I think not, Hildibrand. Greg, 'tis always a pleasure to reunite with old friends, but your timing truly leaves something to be desired. Hold on. Oh boy. Hi, Greg. Yes, Gilgamesh is also here. Oh, Adamelon, you bested me once, but not today. I shall have my revenge when I pierce your chest with my spear. That's good. Do you not mean your Stewart? My spear! What? I love the laugh track. It's just totally unnecessary. Vile thief! There's not a shred of honor in you! Return my weapon at once! Oh, yes, seems like we have an unexpected guest. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but if your attendance in today's performance was by invitation only. Have I ever said how much I love, like, snapping to accomplish things in like, stories? The Flame Alchemist, Roy Mustang from FMA is, like, one of my favorite characters, just because it's just... he's just so badass. Just... that things explode. You must love JoJo. I do enjoy JoJo. So yes. Yeah. There's just something about a good snap. Especially if it gets you like magic.
Now it's raining truffles? The battle's already... Uh-oh. Mr. Typhon? Just a moment. I'm sure I had a tissue here somewhere. Well.
There goes that relic. Oh. Roasted. This thief is a menace. Lice and a lack. Ring sail straight to the hands of the fiend. I was trying to quickly proof of concept it in GIMP, but I'm failing to visualize it right now. That's fair. I do need a new emoji. Or a new emote. Sorry, we're old, Melfi. They're called emotes now. I do the same thing though. I do need another one. I have a new slot opened on my thing because we hit 10 subs. So I definitely need a new emote. I'm struggling. Need like a... Oh, also, wow, you butchered my spelling of my name. But cutesy or innocent? Pretend to be an innocent old man. You know, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know exactly what that would look like either. But... yeah. You're right. Throw it in the stream suggestions so I don't forget it. Something like the stare, but with like a bow. Yeah, I was thinking you gotta have the little blushy, like under eye thing. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Definitely a need. Definitely a need. 'Cause sometimes stare doesn't quite encompass the emotion. Huh? It's close. Stare has many uses, but yeah, having like a the League 56 innocent or cute or something would be awesome. I agree. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna have to do some commissioning, I think. I'm gonna have to do some commissioning. Maybe with when I get paid for this month. Maybe. Try to reach out. I know I've got some people. So soon now. Listen to the words of a Mandeville man. Hi, Hildy Dad. God. He is just... that is just a beautiful man right there. Yes, and yes, he's just always... he's just always in his underwear. But I mean, TBH, if I looked like that, I would also probably always be in my underwear. You know? Yeah, they... For some reason, the Hildibrand quest looks like somebody went nuts in Gary's lab or Gary's mod. Like they just go nuts with them. I love it. Oh, but of course, brilliant, father. Brilliant, father. Oh, father. If the ring won't come to me, I shall go to the ring. Why, it'll be just like Dalamud. But Hildibrand get nice and dizzy. Yes. We're still going. Hildibrand, Hedidor, Maximilian, Mandeville. Scottbert, yep. Eee. I hope this stays. Nope. Garwood, as only a Mandeville can. Yeet. Father, you know not your own strength. That's gonna cost some money to repair. I love this quest line. It is so ridiculous. He's just out. Oh, 900, 997, 998, 999. That's also how I count my Kamehamehas. I don't know what he's doing. He's still going up, by the way. Oh. Chicken. Just right in the pavement. He's probably fine. Yep. Rip Hitch, Hutch, and Hatch, I think. Oh. Oh. Those legs, they look strangely familiar. That wasn't me making that up. I think that's actually their names, by the way. They're all like H vowel TCH names. There's like they're a quad. They're roommates. Oh, ha! Put a little too much spin on that one, it seems. Oh God. Not exactly as planned, but who can argue with the results? Save for one thing, this ring is a fake. Damn. I don't even get a relic. They were roommates. Emote. Yep. No emote yet? I know, I'm slacking. I'll think of something. Don't you worry. Because yeah, that has to happen. I need one. Like the two that I really want right now is now I want that one, now that you mention it. And then I want like a nod. Like the the warrior light's always nodding. So I want like either a nod of like me doing a nod, or my warrior light doing a nod, or Wraith, our little ghosty, doing like a nodding. But I don't know Don't know which. Or how. I don't know which or how. Like, I don't know how to make the Wraith one obvious. I could probably clip the or wear a light like a Damlon, but that's what I was thinking. I could screen cap the my character and just cut out frame by frame. Right, yeah. Like actually have him nod and then GIF it. Yeah. That might be the quickest way to get it done, right? It's a good idea. I don't know why I didn't think about that before, like just now. But yeah, it's a yeah. I have to look at that. Man, I may have a look at that today. Actually. So do that, and I need to figure out innocent or cute. Whichever one will fit better in the thing. But no matter. I have a feeling this will lead me to the true treasure. Until next time, friends, you've been a most attentive audience. The only reason I want to reach a Twitch partner, by the way, like the main reason, is so that I can get rid of my stupid emote prefix. I hate it so much. The Lig 56 doesn't make any sense. Avoid no emote Monday. Yeah. I mean, it'd probably be on Tuesday, but or it would debut on Tuesday since we don't stream on Monday. But yeah, very well good. So fair, yeah. Because yeah, once you're partnered, one of the perks is that you can set your own prefix. Now, whether I'll be able to do like Wraith, like I don't know if Wraith is taken. Or if it'll have to be like LW or something. I don't know. But we are probably literally years from partner. So, you know. For now, we will just have to deal with the Lig 56. Which is just the random one they assigned to me. I don't know why the 56 is in there. I guess there are more the Ligs, or like people with their, because it's like the first 6 letters of my name, plus those numbers for some reason. The key, bloody hills. Yeah, it's the most annoying thing because it's unrecognizable as my name. Like if you're just reading that. Which makes it bad for brand recognition. And a pain to type. Gods, seize the fiend at once! Oh, snap. Oh, uh-oh. That's not great. Nice. Just a distraction. Now she's like, yo, that was cool. It's too late, sir. The second prize, the Ring of Inquiry. It's gone. Second prize? What's the meaning of this? Many-faced fiend or no, the man spoke true. A master goldsmith's eyes cannot be deceived. This sun sphere is clearly a second-rate replica. Preposterous. It's just the dim lighting. Yes, you just step over here. Boo! Boo! Boo this man. Have you taken ill, friend? You seem to be perspiring most heavily. Let's not be so hasty, friends. I can explain. Boo this man. Hi, Hildy. How you doing, buddy? You know, seems fine. I sold out my honor, joined forces with that odious octopus, all for a false treasure? What a fool I've been. Whatever was I thinking? Oh, do not berate yourself so, Miss Avila. Why, it was exactly as you say it. It was it not? You were thinking of dear Hegelina, and nothing more. I suppose I was. How do you know my sister's name? It was a little weird, Hildy. Well, I assure you, young miss, under no circumstances did I tail you to the Nanawa mines and eavesdrop on your intermittently personal dialogue with your beloved sister. Well. You have the right of it. Blinded by the prospect of fortune and fame, I lost sight of myself and what I truly was fighting for. My honor and my sister's trust will not be easily regained, but I will not shirk from the challenge. Yep. All's well that ends well, I guess. One mystery still remains. Before the thief had identified the ring as fake, he had already acquired the key to the storeroom. Clearly, the second prize, this ring of inquiry, was his target from the start. But why? There must be some pattern to the items the fiend has stolen. A pattern that betrays his true intentions. The treaty blade, Azima's virtue, the ring of inquiry, all relics with quite a history. Or to be more precise, relics from the era of the Belladine. It cracks me up every time. Oh, if that's so, then the answer is clear as day. This fiend means to found Eorzea's greatest museum of Belladine history, pushing up the prices and gouging honest men out of their hard-earned coin. Doubtless another one of the cards will appear on the scene just to tell us just as much. Hildy is a little all over the place today. I have not nailed it. Card. Yay, card. Right in the face. Oh, that one seems way larger. Let's say. Bye, Typhon. I have enjoyed our little game, but all good things must come to an end. I shall claim the 4 sacred treasures, and justice shall be served. Justice, you say? So this is the thief's final challenge to us. What are the these 4 treasures of which he speaks? I mean, we know 3 of them. When the 4 treasures of Baladia become one, the wicked shall be judged in the blazing light of sun. Very nice. An old legend, little more than a fairy tale at last. At that, even. And yet it seems the Phantom believes there is some truth in those words. Yes. I'm aware that I'm intentionally doing Godbert and his son's accent as wildly different, because they are wildly different. 4 sacred relics from Baladia. The one's justice. Lofty words coming from a glorified footpad. One who's winning over the common folk by the day, if rumors are to be believed. It would seem the tales of a master thief ruffling the feathers of the rich and famous have won the man more than a few admirers. We got a little bit of a Robin Hood scenario going on. Consider his targets thus far: an Uldon collector and her hired thugs, trading mogul with the best and the brass blades, now a mining magnate in the stone torches. Is it a surprise that the sympathies of ordinary Uldons would lie with the perpetrator rather than his victims? It's true. And fair. Astutely observed, Miss Ellie. Our quarry clearly harbors no small degree of resentment for wealth and authority. Same! I mean, what? Might be his next target. Be a member of the Syndicate? Perhaps the Sultana herself? I didn't say anything. I didn't hear anything. Aha! And that will be his downfall. For the greater the challenge, the higher I rise. Just one moment, if you would. Mark my words, ye of many faces. There is but one man who shall lay claim to the 4 lost relics of Baladia, and that shall be Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. I love this questline. Yes, I'm sure that this inspires us all with great confidence. Again, with that. What was that? No, it couldn't be. Huh. Methinks God made me a new pair of spectacles. I'm going to click this here in a second, but I think they usually do a trailer after this, and it's time for our next break. So I will not click it yet, so we can watch the trailer after that. They like to tease the next Hildy. And I know we still have some amount to do. We're still technically in Realm Reborn, I think. So, lots of Hildy to Hild. How many Hilds could a... No. Hildy Hild. So, as usual, we take our break with the stream. So, I recommend y'all do the same. Whether you're hanging out, listening to the stream, or playing something else or anything, take this as a cue to take a break yourself. Get up, move around, grab you some water or some caffeine, or both. Maybe a snack. And then we'll be back here in about 30 minutes. 30... We'll be back here in about 3 minutes. We are not taking a 30-minute break. We're taking a 3-minute break to continue with Hildibrand. Yeah, I don't know where 30 came from, but stay tuned, and we'll be right back in 3 minutes, not 30. Welcome back, everybody. How are we doing? No luck on the dropage. We wedged ourselves in a corner over there. Yep. Never lucky on the drop game. You're never lucky until you're lucky. Never lucky until always lucky. You know. Oops. I forgot to close my windows. I just realized I left my shades open on my blinds open on the windows. Oops. Probably scuffing my lighting situation here a little bit. But the white blinds aren't doing a ton even when they're down, I guess. So yeah, no. Let's see what this is though. We should get they usually give me a trailer. I don't know if this is the time for the trailer. We'll see. Here we go. What is immediately after this? It's a race to recover the 4 lost relics of Hildy. And as the fiend's true identity and aspirations are revealed. Players fall prey to the forces of evil. Our hero do what only a Mandeville can. The key to the next case is a mask. Have you ever worn a mask for so long that you forgot what you actually look like? I have. Why did they freeze in midair like that? Talk about a mystery. Oh well. See you next time. Yeah, see, they're all mid-step. Bye. Amazing. And we're going right into the next one, chat. Like I said, there's lots of Hildy. So much Hildy. Let's go. Going right in. Ellie would share with you a shocking new turn in the Phantom Thief case. I was wondering when you'd show up at Damelon. We just spoke. I hope you haven't made any plans for the day, because we've got a situation on our hands. Uh-oh. Remember our good friend Phantom Thief? Well, it seems he decided to branch out from burglary into cold-blooded murder. If the rumors are to be believed, he's claimed 3 victims already, all influential members of Uldan society. Mr. Manyfaces has been kind enough to leave one of his signature calling cards at every scene, leaving no doubt as to the identity of the murderer. Message is always the same. The weight of 5 corpses will bring the scales of justice to balance. Or riddles. Not that you'll hear me complaining. No. The only thing my readers like more than a good mystery is a good murder mystery. Ever since the story broke, Mythos Eye has been selling like Pond's cakes. The only rub is they've left me no time to look into the thief's last message. Till now, that is. Shall we, Demla? Hidden treasure of Uldan, was it? If there's anyone who could shed some light on this, it's you know who. The Sun Silk Tapestries. Alright. Yeah, see? Wind up Ultros. Chat. There he is. Looking all shifty. Getting all ultra-y. I vote on him. I doubt there's this. I doubt I can pet ultras. Oh no, he ran off. He's like, nah. He's like, nah, I don't wanna. Nope, fair. Alright. Where are we headed? This way? No. Not this way. Let's just teleport back to the thing. Yeah, we'll keep Ultras out as our minion for a little bit to power us through Hildibrand. We'll give the Tsukanoko a little bit of a vacation. Well, nothing from the itinerary. Those things, just those things, huh? It is this guy? So close. Well now, it ain't my favorite adventure. And my favorite is the Realm Reporter, along with him. Tim, what have I done to deserve the pleasure of your company today? I see. As much as I'd like to help my two best mates, I'm afraid you found all Wyman a loss. Hildy is more than his fair share of treasures, hidden and otherwise. I reckon our phantom thing, your friend, could be just about any of them. Yep. I can't tell you this much though. Whatever the thief's got his eyes on, it's gotten the Sultan sworn in her right thither. Word has it they formed a regiment of their best and brightest, to safeguard the royal vaults from this very threat. The Sultan sworn aren't like to be forthcoming with information. It's the only lead you got. Oh, this is Hildy. The Sultan sworn aren't like to be forthcoming with any information. This is the only lead we've got. Come on, dim one. I'd say it's time we paid a visit to the heart of the sworn. Oh, what up there, Ellie? I ain't generally the worrying type. You may want to think twice before getting yourselves involved in this. A man in my business develops a nose for danger. This time the stench is something fierce. You're a reporter, Ellie, and a fine one at that. Don't put that pretty neck of yours at risk trying to play hero. Your concern is touching. I assure you I am ready for whatever dangers lie ahead. Besides, being a reporter is about more than selling papers. I have a duty to seek out the truth and convey it to people. Come in, everyone. Time is of the essence. Wow. Imagine a reporter who is actually concerned with making sure the truth gets out there. Imagine. Seems unrealistic to me. Sorry, too real. I'll stop. It's gonna not be the right way. Huh. Guess so. What? What? Oh. Dang it. I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT. I mean SMART. Classic bit. Class. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Yeah, it's a classic Simpsons bit. Yeah. SMRT. I guess a lot of Simpsons bits are classic now. Actually. This has been on for like 30 years. Same to me. You know what You know what I realized earlier? So the first Star Wars movie came out in what? 79? 1979? Right? I think. That means it is getting very close to being 50 years old. Yep. I hopped on PoE today, but Act 8 is ruining me and getting me frustrated. See you. Let's see, that's back in Sarn, right? That's the Sarn act. Yeah, it's got some spooky stuff. It's also kind of puzzling because you gotta do like both sides of the route. Yeah, it's a weird one. I had to adjust my resistances since it was all going frost. Too often I'm walking into a room and being one-shotted by huge groups. Yeah, you gotta invest in those defenses a little bit. Also, don't run straight at anything. you gotta do serpentine. Especially in like the sewers of those zones of Sarn. There's a lot of chaos damage. Which, if you were like 99% of people, you don't have the resistances for. The sewers are easy? Okay. You're fine there then. Yeah, then tons of casters AoEing you to death. Yeah, that's purely a resistance thing, yeah. Yeah, one of the temples is heavily cold damage, and the other is heavily fire damage. So ideally, you want to be capped on both. Also, because you'll need both for the act boss. Spoiler. And then also you need physical resistance or physical mitigation. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the acts aren't a joke. It just takes some getting used to. Yeah, as a general rule in PoE, if you're running like this towards an enemy, they're gonna kill you. No matter what you do, you gotta sort of do either literally run sideways. I know this is hard when you go through doors, obviously. You gotta either sort of serpentine it up, or like do a little peek and sort of try to draw them through the door instead of you having to go through the door. Gotta get your tactics on. Because, yeah, a lot of enemies in PoE love just barraging you or dropping tons of AoEs. And there are ways to mitigate it. Having your resistances capped, so 75 fire, cold, and lightning, and just as much chaos as you can get. And then having a bunch of HP. You want, as like a general softcore rule, about 300 HP per act. So if you're in Act 8, you want, you know, oh, my brain just shut down. 3 times 8. 24? No. Yeah, 2400 HP, give or take. I don't know why I just lost the ability to do math all of a sudden. Yeah, you should be at around 2400 HP. If you're not, either via passives or gear or both, probably. Where am I going? This way. It's just like a rule of thumb. Capped resistances around 2400 HP. Some armor, or some. You gotta layer your defenses. But like. You know, have some armor, or have some block, or if you have block, also have spell block. Like if you're using block as a defensive mechanism, you need to also have spell block. Because a large number of incoming attacks are spells, and regular block doesn't work on them. Give up on math? Yeah, I probably need to re-gear a bit. Running the same armor? Yeah. Just, like I said, check out the stashes. Grab whatever. There's probably random crap in there. But yeah, make sure your resistances are capped first off, and see. I don't know what they are now, but make sure they're capped. Especially since you're playing like a melee class with Cyclone, you kind of have to be all up in their business. So it's really important you have your defenses sorted. Your cold res is capped. Okay. Then yeah, you want it's a project, obviously. Don't forget that you can craft resistances on gear as well. If you've got the crafting recipes. Don't forget that. As long as you have an open suffix on your gear, you can put a resistance on it. And after a while, after you ascend, I think you get dual resistance crafts, which are less per resistance, but can help. Because yeah, you'll get kind of bopped. Not really done maintenance for a while because I just want to get done. Yeah, but I get it. But fix some stuff now, and then it'll make the rest of it faster. You know. Scale your damage. Scale your resistances. All that good stuff. It's a learning thing. Like I said, after a while you'll start blasting through the campaign. Once you've sort of started to figure out what what the game is. The first full run is a learning experience. Also, the second and third, 500. But I get it. I get it. You'll get there. But yeah, no, that's why I always play. That's why I always try to play like a more defensive build, even in softcore, where it's where DPS is king. Because I get frustrated by dying a lot on a build, so I do get that. So I always play tankier stuff. 99% of the time. And because of that, I've learned a lot of how to layer defenses. Because, like, you can't just have one thing. You can't just, like, in PoE you have to have, like, actual layers. So if you want a certain amount of HP, which could be life or energy shield or both. But then you also need some other layers, which, having your resistance is capped, having your, having some, if you're like one of the armory classes, having some armor can help. Although armor is weird in PoE, it's not a catch-all, but it does help. If you're using a shield, making sure you're getting some extra block chance. You can have up to 75% block chance for both attacks and spells, which makes a big difference. Auras and such, there are defensive auras that do everything from give you more armor or energy shield to reduce the damage that you take when things are close. Flesh and Stone is a cheap aura that you can put in that is really good for cycloners, because when they're inside the AoE, you just take less damage from them. So you can check that out. It's definitely worth reserving some mana for these things, or just get a ton of damage. Things can't kill you if they did. You'll still die occasionally, but at least you'll be killing stuff faster. That should be it this month. I'll probably get PoE 2, so I was watching you play it and it looks so smooth. It's a lot of fun. PoE 2 is a lot of fun. It's a very different game, like I said, but it feels good to play already. And yeah, you glad you're in softcore? Yeah. Hardcore is stressful in PoE. Like, even when you know everything about, like, defenses and stuff, it's still stressful. Freaking PoE, especially in campaign as well, resistances are important. Oftentimes just making sure your life is higher is more important. Plus safe damage options. Yeah. That's true. Get up to 300 per life. Yep. I mean, I know I'm not doing what I should, since I have 7 out of 20 slots filled and used. Yeah, So, you have Lily, right? Although I don't even think you need... I think on Duelist you probably get it anyway. Go talk to Lily. Go buy... Look in the red gems and buy a Flesh and Stone. Throw that in one of your empty red sockets and turn it on. You don't need to worry about the... It has like a toggle mechanic. You don't have to worry about the toggle mechanic. Just turn it on. And you'll get like a weird like sandy ring around you, and you'll be suddenly taking way less damage. Just give it a shot. That is the quickest survivability fix I can give you as a cycloner, is run Flesh and Stone. Give it a shot. See how it fails. I've just been relying on health regen for the most part, since I out-regen most bosses' damage. It's just in big groups. Yeah, another toggleable buff would be helpful. Yes. And, yeah. Flesh and stone. Flesh and stone. Is the name of the skill. It's a red gem. So you probably have plenty of red slots. It doesn't need to be linked to anything. In fact, you shouldn't link it to anything. Yeah, rock and stone. Diamond cast it until it could be some chaos damage. Yeah, I mean, Cyclone is technically a movement skill, but no, he means like a burst movement skill. It's a burst movement skill. Yeah, something like Frostblink. An instant move skill that you don't have to stop your animation for is super good. Nope, doesn't even need to be linked. Just a level 1 one. Just in a blue socket somewhere. And just put it on your bar, and if you're in trouble, click the button and fly away. It gives you like a burst reposition to get out of all those nasty AoEs. Yeah, Leap Slam's also nice. It was like a continual. You did all this kind of stuff on your previous playthroughs, just been so sperm moving so close. Yeah, I mean, it's worth doing it though, Kel. I promise. Especially because, spoiler, when you complete the campaign, you're gonna have to do all this stuff anyway. So if you do it now, you're saving yourself some trouble later. Like you'll have to do all the things that we're recommending when you complete the campaign. So the most you can, so whatever you can knock out now is good. Because yeah, there's a notable difficulty spike going from the campaign to the end game. There's a like if you're having trouble in Act 8, you will not enjoy maps in your current state. Because maps, you are limited. Like the end game, you are limited in how many times you can try like a zone. I mean, they are about the same difficulty-wise, Elfie, but you do get punched in the face again, gear-wise, by having the resistance hit at the end of the campaign, so... While they're roughly the same, you get bodied, and thus are weaker. Contacts usually like playing RPGs and Legacies and Hardcore. Sure. So I want to see how the campaign is to get through. It will not take you a month the next time. It will not take you a month the next time. And please stop full clearing zones in the campaign, Kill. Please. It's not worth. You also, like, actively nerf yourself by doing it. Started not clearing, but now I kind of need the XP for passives. Well, see, the thing is, if you're over-leveled for a zone, you get way less XP in that zone. So, even if you are clearing it, you're better off just going to the next zone where the level goes up and reduces that point. You are not getting full XP at 6 level difference. No. No. You are taking a hit there. I don't remember what the exact numbers are, but 6 levels is definitely Wiki said you were? I think 6 is too many. Maybe they changed it from last time I researched. Or maybe Nelphy knows for sure. Also, if you're on the wiki, make sure you're not on the fandom wiki. That one's bad. Okay, yeah, that's the right one. That's the right one. Setting on to the safe zone is plus or minus 7 levels. Yeah, I can't remember the exact thing. I could have swore that was too much, but they might have changed it. My info might be out of date. They do adjust those kind of things every now and then. And Nelphy and I have been playing PoE for a long time. So... the rules have adjusted, but yeah, I mean, you're fine. But yeah, I would still just go. Because you're also getting nerfed loot-wise. It's not just XP. But maybe that's also changed. Maybe that's also changed. I could have swore it was like 5 levels or something before you started taking a hit. But they might have adjusted it. I know, as you get over leveled, the gear drops get worse because they don't want you to just sitting there, farming older zones. And also, as you go to higher level zones, you get higher level gear, obviously. So in addition to drops being better, the things that can drop are better. Although, drops are scuffed in PoE. Spoiler. Trying to straight upgrade from actual drops is pain. So don't feel bad about picking up like white items. If you pick up a white item of a high enough, like with a decent eye level, or a decent with a decent level, and you have any binding orbs, which you should have some binding orbs at this point, use those. They'll automatically give you a 4-link. For you to use stuff with. Can recommend. Adjust the safe zone per level. It's 3 plus player level divided by 16. Yeah, I don't remember that calculation at all. That has to have changed. But ignoring whites, red, yellows, and uniques, but I'm a few tiers behind. Yeah, if you like, one of the currencies you can pick up is a binding orb, which changes a white atom to rare and gives it 4 links. So it makes a white item yellow, and it automatically gives it 4 sockets and 4 links. Or 4 sockets and all of them linked. So, if you have any binding orbs, use them. They're basically only useful in the campaign. Still Diablo-brained, where the only good loot is shiny loot. Fun thing about PoE is the shiny loot is almost never good. It's almost always terrible. It's been a constant struggle in PoE. Most good gear is stuff you'll craft. Like, at least with like throw an essence at it, or a binding orb early on. Yeah, it's been a constant struggle. They've made improvements. There have been improvements over the years. There are systems in place where sometimes you can get some cool stuff going. But your average yellow item you pick off the ground is terrible in PoE. Unfortunately. Trust me, I know, because I do it too. I don't really trade or anything like that. I do all my stuff solo. As much as I can. So crafting is the way. Now uniques are often very cool and have cool effects. Like the so, you know. Have some stash tabs to empty then. Yeah. Yeah. And also, as you go up in item level, like so as you're in higher zones and they're dropping better stuff, you literally can get better mods on gear. Like higher tiers of mods. So most stuff you find in the campaign especially is not particularly useful. Once like later on. Like once you get into the end game, then you could really start checking your like rares and such, your yellows, because you can start hitting the higher tiers of mods, and potentially get some nice upgrades. But yeah, early on, binding orbs, pick up a item that looks, you know, like a higher tier armor piece or something, or like a new like a higher armor level armor piece. Throw a binding orb at it. See what happens. You may have to do it a couple times, but if you got binding orbs, use them. Because like I said, binding orbs are basically only useful, like gear-wise, when you're in the campaign. I would love a jewelry stash tab, honestly. Same. Because now jewelry, feel free to basically always pick it up. Because while you get a lot of it, there are a lot of mods on jewelry that are good for different things. And they only take up one spot. So, you know, go for it. Yeah, you have a currency stash tab, right, Kel? The binding orbs are in like the bottom left. I think that's where they go. They're like in the bottom left, up like here-ish on the tab, like around this area. They're like little lumpy brown? Silver? Can't remember what they look like. Yeah. Somewhere in this area on the tab. Below the like jewelers and fusings and everything. I have a bunch of tabs. Still need more of the organized ones. I hate the grid ones that can't be renamed. Oh yeah, you want the I like it. I like the premium tabs too, which are the ones they're still grids, but you can also rename them, so you can keep them organized. And then yeah, the fancy tabs are always good. I just bought a flask tab. I bought the flask tab during the last stash sale. Every 3 weeks or so they do stash tab sales, by the way. So only pick up stash tabs during the sales. It's like every 3 or 4 weekends, something like that. Like every 3 or 4 weeks on the weekend they'll do a they'll put all the stashes on sale. Yeah, the flask one's super useful. It's nice. Yeah. I already had all the other ones, and I think the last stash tab sale also had a sale for, or if you spent points, you got a mystery box. So I was like, sure, I want this. I wanted this tab anyway. It was on sale, so. Click. I haven't opened that box yet. I should see what that is. See what I got. I don't buy the mystery boxes outright almost ever, which are like every league they do a mystery box, which is literally a gamble box of like MTXs. I don't buy them outright, but if they're offering one for like completing something or for free or whatever, sure. And lest you think it's really crappy that they do a mystery box like MTX thing, usually the league after they start releasing those MTXs just to buy individually. So, not really FOMO if you don't buy mystery boxes. It's just you don't get them right away if there is something in them that you potentially wanted. You got the flasks, gems, essence, delve, currency, uniques, and probably delirium. By delirium. See, I'm weird. I like mystery boxes because I look at the cosmetics. I'm like, nah. But at least when I'm randomly given one, I might use it. Hey, that's why they exist. I've done the same thing. I'm like, sometimes you get something neat. Not delirium. I failed every delirium event. Delirium in the campaign is kind of dumb. Yeah, it's usually not worth dealing with. It's basically you go through the mirror and then you need to speed run away, like towards the end of the zone. And the farther you get, and the more stuff you kill as you're progressing, the more loot you get. That's basically it. But it's like a speed run thing, so you have to like have your damage and defenses locked down, or it just sucks. Oh, is it just a distance thing? Yeah. So there's a timer. When you go through the mirror, like the fog extends, and at that same time, the fog begins to recede behind you. So you just need to keep going forward, stay ahead of that, kill as much stuff as you can while staying ahead of it, and eventually you never. It doesn't visually recede. Yeah, it's It used to have a better, like, visualization. But it's a little weird now, I think. Like it doesn't really show it very well anymore. But yeah, it's basically just run as fast as you can, kill as much stuff as you can on the way, and it'll like fill up the little boxes over on the left. And then once you've killed everything, and it's not You don't have to. It's not just the delirium enemies. Any enemy killed, including like zone bosses and things like that, all count. All count. So yeah, it's just speedrun. Yeah, it's a speedrun. It as you get deeper, like as you get farther into it, enemies get harder. They get like more defenses and more damage. Because you're going crazy. Like the explosive one. He's an expedition enjoyer. Welcome. Welcome. Expedition's great. I love Expedition. There's a thing in the end game with Expedition that makes it even more fun. I'll let you discover it for yourself. There's a mechanic in endgame that makes Expedition real spicy. Halt! Only authorized personnel are allowed in. Oh yeah, you've met Alva. Alva is another speedrun mechanic. Yeah. So with the temples, basically every time you talk to her and she opens a portal, there will be 2 bosses in there, like unique enemies. Each one controls the temple and will upgrade or will transform the room that you're eventually working towards, like in the big mappy thing, the actual temple. Basically, you want to get to one of those bosses, depending on what you want it to be. Like she'll show you like that map. It's like, you got this guy and this guy. Basically, you want to get to one of those guys and kill them before you get eaten out. And as you kill enemies, the timer will go up, and as you're running around, the timer will go down, obviously. So I don't bother with Alva in the campaign. It's more annoying than anything else. I am not a big Alva enjoyer in general. Usually if I do any Alva encounters, it's just because, hey, extra enemies. More enemy per enemy. Thou bugger me with a broadsword. It's the Gentleman of the Light's adventuring companion. That catty but cute reporter from the Mithril Eye. Well, isn't the self-styled warrior of light? Tell me, what tall tales did you spend to the Sultan's sworn recruiter to land yourself in this position? Only the 12's honest truth, miss. Seeing that Gentleman of the Light standing tall and triumphant that day moved me. The depths of my soul alike. I ought to put aside my sketchy past and serve the realm, just like my hero, Master Hildibrand. The Sultans were more impressed by my commitment and sword arm. They gladly welcomed me into their ranks. Yeah. The temple takes some learning. And you have to have, like, a bunch of damage. Because if you're a little bit slow, it gets you out. But honestly, yeah, especially in the campaign, just jump in the portal, kill a few things. If it kicks you out, it kicks you out. Whatever. You know? Just enjoy the extra XP and the fact that it also just poops out some loot. Just right there for you to grab. That's basically all the League mechanics in the campaign. Enjoy the extra XP and loot getting pooped. Yeah, I've heard I should avoid most season mechanics for the most part until I finish the campaign. You can. Like it helps to learn them. Like the campaign is functionally the tutorial for a lot of these mechanics. But yeah, once you've sort of gotten the gist, you can just skip them. Because there are better versions of all of them in the in-game. So, if you're trying to get through the campaign quicker, stopping for every league mechanic is a good way to not do that. Because they're a big fan of, hey, you want to stay here for 2 minutes doing a mechanic? Kirby? Sure thing. Wait, don't tell me. You've come to assist Master Hildibrand in his investigation, haven't you? Core, why didn't you say so sooner? It's the least I could do to help the mates who united me with my role model. You'll be wanting to speak with Phyllis. She's one of the sword's best. And something of a history buff, it seemed. When she heard the thief was targeting the 4 relics of Belladia, she personally stepped forward to volunteer to lead the investigation. If anyone has the information you're looking for, it'd be her. Wait here while I get her. I can trust you not to touch anything, eh? A pleasure to meet you, Phyllis. My name is Eddie from the Mythri. As you may have heard, we're researching the Phantom and Thief case. Would appreciate any information that may shed light on recent events. Oh, the pleasure is mine, Miss Annie. If I'm not mistaken, that would make your companion friend here one Adamlon Morgan, right? That's me. You know Adamlon? As any regular reader of the Mythri would, I must confess to being something of an unabashed fan of your work. Though it hardly befits my station to say this, I was secretly hoping you would show up to assist in the investigation. Doubtless the inspector, too, would also welcome a helping hand. Hi, Briardian. Briardian? The Sultan Swan, the elite of Uldar's elite. Can only hope they prove more competent than the bungling mercenaries I've dealt with so far. Inspector Briardian. Always one step ahead of us. Miss Ellie, the Darrelon. A moment, if you would. Right there. Very good. Now, face me, and don't move an elm. Inspector? What is that? Your... Yeah. Sorry. Demasking dust. A formula of my own devising that will allow us to see right through the thief's disguises. Nice. Analyzing the mask left behind at Vesper Bay, I was able to identify its composition and synthesize a counter-agent that would dissolve the disguise while leaving the wearer's face intact. That's good. That's good. In any event, it would appear the two of you are indeed who you appear to be. Brilliant, Inspector. The and thieves pulled the wool over our eyes for the last time. I fear it won't be so simple. The ingredients necessary to produce the dust are exceedingly rare. Even with the entire resources of the Sultan Sworn at our disposal, we were only able to produce a limited supply. I see. Well, it's better than nothing. That said, have you been able to identify the thief's next target? The hidden treasure of Uldar? The last of the 4 lost relics of Belladia? Alright, double chicken burger. Benoff? I'm familiar with that. Benoff waffle and a blueberry milkshake have been acquired. That sounds delicious. I'm glad you're treating yourself, Gil. Absolutely. That sounds so good. Enjoy. Sounds so good. Now you got me hungry. toffee. Ba and toffee? Sounds like... I don't know what ba is either. Banana makes more sense. Gotcha. That sounds like an amazing waffle. I've never had one, but I like that combo. When I hit typing, hey, get your food on. Speaking of food, it's time for our next break, chat. So I'll be getting up, moving around. I recommend y'all do the same as we dive into the ads here. So yeah, we'll be back here in just about 3-ish minutes, and we'll continue this, and we'll continue bantering, and all that good stuff. So, stay tuned. BRB. Alright, we're back, chat. How are we doing? How are we doing? Yeah, we got obliterated by each other on that one. Oh, speaking of PoE, I'm in Act 7 myself on my Gauntlet character. I haven't been going very hard. But I'm in Act 7 on my Gauntlet character. Chugging along. Haven't died again yet. I do need to hurry though. I think the event's almost over. I think it's only a 10-day event. We got like a day or two, I think. Nice, it's loads progress. Yeah. I've only been doing I'll do like a couple hours a day, basically. Just hop in for a little bit. But I should probably power through it. Try to. So I want to see if I can beat the campaign. If I can beat the campaign in Gauntlet, calling that a win. Calling that a win. Yeah, it's fun. Burger has been destroyed. Nice. Nice. No, that was good. Sometimes you just got to. Got to. Treat yourself. Oh, I fear not. I've poured through the histories time and time again. The only mention of those 4 relics is the vague reference in an old prophecy. Most serious scholars consider it little more than a fairy tale. She is unsettling. I don't know what it is about her model. There's something about it that's like really unsettling. Problem is I make the excuse of treating myself far too often. I get that. But also, maybe you just deserve it. Maybe you deserve it. Life is crazy, man. Life is crazy. So, we all deserve more treats than we get. IMO. So really, what is too often? But no, I get it. I get it. I can easily do the same thing when I can. Why can't we all just get along and have nice things? I mean, you understand my answer to this is going to be the same as it always is. The answer is capitalism. That's why. That's why. I mean, yeah. Like I don't know what the solution is, but I know that what we're doing is not it. Just in general. Socialism? I mean, yeah. Ideally, we just need to take the good bits from everything, but Nope. We're gonna take the bad bits from everything. I've heard that word, it's neither capitalism nor communism, so it must be the answer. Maybe. Okay, nobody knows what it is. It seems like a fancy word for taking care of each other, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, but what we're doing nowadays is just not it. Yep. See, I just regressed like 20 years. Not it. I'm a zoomer now. It's just not it, fam. I'd say space might be the solution, but that's going to be capitalism as well. Absolutely. Do I have that book here? Speaking of, if you are interested in the concept of like space as an option, check out the book. Hold on, I want to make sure I get the name right. Yeah. It's called A City on Mars. By Kelly and Zach Weinersmith. City on Mars. It's literally a book written to go into the minutia, the difficulties, the potential, and why maybe we're not quite there yet on Mars and space. Yes, can we settle space? Should we settle space? And we really exactly. Yeah, that's like the tagline for the book. Yeah, it's really good. It's very well written. The Weinersmiths are smart and they're funny, and it's a cleverly written book that also goes into like the ups, the downs, and how like how a lot of the space bros, we'll call them, have not really thought it through. Turns out space is hard. So is basically the thesis. Turns out space is hard. There's a lot we don't know, but it's an excellent book. It's a phenomenal book. I think it just came out in softcover. I think it just had its softcover release a couple months ago, or like a month ago. I have the hardcover version. It's really good. I bought it, like, I pre-ordered it. I like, that's how in I was. It's very good. So, anybody out there who's into space stuff, y'all know I'm a bit of a physics nerd. I'm a bit of a physics nerd, so anything along those lines. There's that, and then this one I actually do have over here. This guy. This guy is in this book. The End of Everything, Astrophysically Speaking, by Dr. Katie Mack. Is another good one. Another good, like, pop science space book. That one's about the many ways that the universe could end. And how it could happen right now. Or right now. Or it could be happening right now. And you would never know it. Love the Expanse books, too. Can't remember the name of the first one, but so accurate. And that the Belters, those live in the Belt, right, get shafted by both Earth and Mars. Yep. That provided all the materials for their growth. Yep. Yeah, I haven't read the Expanse books. I want to. I watched the series. I watched the whole series though, and it was very good. So I do want to go back and read the books as well. Is it bad that I bought Orwell's 1984 because then I might have an idea of what to expect over the rest of this year? Oof. No, that's probably a good call. Seems like there are people who may be using it as an instruction booklet rather than a cautionary tale. I have not read it in 1984. I saw one of the film versions, but I haven't read 1984. I don't think, but it is a lot. It is a lot. When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall ascend in a righteous glare. Legend goes on to describe 4 sacred artifacts, one each possessed by one of the 4 Belladine heroes. Makes no mentions of their appearance or nature. Yeah, we live in a time. Is the summation. But yeah, if you like space stuff and like all that, check those 2 books out. Kill. Check out the City on Mars. Check out The End of Everything. They're both very good. They're both very readable. Like they're smartly written, but they're not like impossibly sciencey. You know? Like they're not. You don't open up the book and they're like, so full page formula. No, they actually explain it in ways that like you don't need it to be a doctorate in physics to understand on both of them. So, yeah, definitely check them out. I like a good pop sci book, especially by somebody who knows how to write and like communicate. So, Worf. 3 times have we tried to identify the thief's target, and 3 times has he foiled us by making off with something else entirely. Needless speculation will only play to the fiend's strength. All artifacts of Belladine origin have been sealed within the royal vault, and a regiment of our finest assigned to its protection. I have furnished all of the guards with a supply of demasking dust, and instructed them to be on the lookout for any suspicious personages. Personages. Blackguard will be in training before he can lay a dirty hand in the vault doors. Let alone the treasures within. You have our word, my lady. I have a goatee. He actually just has a soul patch, which is certainly a facial hair choice. There are even more disturbing matters at hand. Doubtless you have heard of the recent rash of murders perpetrated by our quarry. It is weird. The Sultan Swan have launched an investigation. The truth of the matter is that we've been far too occupied with the defense of the vaults to make any meaningful progress. We'd be most grateful for any assistance you could offer. Hi, Hildy. A lady asks, and a gentleman answers. Answers. Hi, Hildy. So ridiculous. Nobody does it like Hildibrand. Nobody does it like Hildibrand. Cast all worry from your heart, lady. Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector Extraordinaire, has arrived to set right what is wrong and bring the wicked to justice. Do not cringe, Kill. Kill that what cringes inside you. And this must be that Damascus dust that's atop of the palace. Ah, but you need not waste your supply on me, Inspector. I assure you that I am exactly who I claim to be. A shame, that. Oh, it's Inspector Hildibrand. We were expecting you. Your services are most welcome. I'll share all I know about the recent murders. Hildibrand's a character. Kidla has claimed 3 victims thus far. The head of a publishing consortium, a high-ranking government official, and an influential scholar. Not a scholar! Other than that, they were all influential figures in their respective circles. We can identify no common threads connecting the 3. Oh, this will prove a satisfying case to crack indeed. And what are the methods of killing? Conked over the head with a cudgel, gutted with a greatsword, strangled with a supplica, perhaps? I'm afraid that we've identified no pattern. In any event, the murderer plots the death of 2 more, even as we speak. We must take action, and quickly. Understood, my lady. Clues may be scarce, but worry not. My realm-renowned powers of deduction are more than up to the task. I will see this burglar-turned-butcher delivered to justice. Got a little bit of... trying to put a little bit of, Daniel Craig in there. Like the, Knives Out Daniel Craig. Which I guess I need to watch again, because I'm not quite getting it. I'm not quite hitting it. Your presence is heartening indeed, Inspector Hildibrand. Friends, please take this Damascus dust with you. I fear we can spare but a single sachet, but I trust you will put it to good use. Because, you know, Daniel Craig is a detective, Hildibrand's a detective. You know. Come to accompany me on yet another case, friend? I like your gusto. But if you're auditioning to be my assistant, I fear the role has already been filled most ably. Still, a gentleman welcomes the support of all his admirers. I shall henceforth name you thusly, a Damelon, my ever-loyal associate. And now, my ever-loyal associate, the investigation calls. I propose that we begin by inspecting the site at which the most recent victim met his demise. My questioning about the palace has revealed that the scholar's body was found not far from the 80 sins of Sasamo. Even the most circumspect of criminals cannot help but leave behind clues that will not elude my gaze. Friends, let us be off. Pray alert me should you see anyone suspicious, my ever-loyal associate. We must put Miss Phyllis's Damascus dust to good use. I'm getting it back. I'm getting his voice back. I need to write down exactly what I'm doing with that one. I gotta have a good Hildibrand voice. Got to. I think it's getting there. It's coming together. Like you misread his job title as detective when it was defective. Damn. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Got him. But also, not wrong. That was a good one. That was good. Ah! Ow! Speaking of effective, I just ran into that bridge. The Hildibrand quests. The Hildibrand quests are fun. They're ridiculous. They're so different in tone. See that rock? That rock right there? Mine that rock. Mine it for days. Nice. Hey, you gotta do some mining. I think I also mined that rock at some point. Flowers. Yes, it's all becoming clear now. Our phantom killer is a florist who, in his hurry to escape, carelessly mislaid his ways. So what do you think you're doing, huh? I'm surprised you're in an area I recognize. Started in Sandoria, if that's the same. I don't remember the name of this area either. But yeah, I'm very behind on the Hildibrand quest. So yeah, we're still in a Realm Reborn for all the for like Hildibrand. So probably see a couple places you recognize as we run around. Yeah, there's a lot of Hildibrand, and I haven't done any in years. It's fun. Oh, I did not think that was a haggard hag. I'm the one who put those flowers there, huh? To honor the memory of me, poor boy. You dared to follow his memory, eh? Thousand pardons, milady. Please accept my most sincere condolences on your loss. I am Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. I swear to you, in all my own dear mother's name, that your son's killer will be brought to justice. As I was just saying, these flowers are clearly placed here by the family of the deceased. I can only mean... Leave this place. Run away while you still can. Run, or he'll turn you into a zombie. Just like my poor boy. What? Living person turned into a zombie? Nonsense. Sandoria is your 11 starting city. This is Thanalan. The whole region is Thanalan. Like the general, like, part of the continent. I don't know what this zone's called, though. I don't know what this zone in particular is. I'd have to look. I just clicked on where the quest was telling me to go. Yeah, the city is Ul'dah. The city and the country are Ul'dah, I think. Then Thanalan is the region that we're in. Oh, not nonsense, my boy. History. Oh, have you not heard of the horrors of Sildar? Aye, Ul'dah's sibling nation, against which we waged war centuries ago. They both have apostrophes and therefore similar and easily messed up. It's fair. It is fair. Oh, much bloodshed was on both sides, but I speak of far greater horrors than death. An unholy draught brewed by a still-dawn alchemist wanted the power to turn the living to the undead. that his nation might command an army of mindless, deathless soldiers, the traitors spurned. They turned my poor boy into a heap of rotten flesh and ran him through. But you won't hear that from Sultan Swan. God alone knows why, but they whisked that body away before I could so much as pay me last respect. The traitors spurned? I'd heard the stories, but I never thought them true. To be able to procure such a frightening thing, just who are we dealing with here? Silton, I'm sure of it. She's haggard, you see. Only a Silden would know the recipe. But the last remnants of Silda died 4 centuries ago, you say? Oh, they did. I am crazy. He calls himself the Phantom Thief, he does. But did it ever occur to you he might be an honest-to-God's phantom? Hey? Get it? Heard the tales from my old great-great-grandma, I did. About the 4 relics of Belladai. And the powers they hold. The power to exact justice. You say Phantom Thief? P5R music phase. It is a little weird that they call them the exact same thing. It may be a reference. Actually. It wouldn't surprise me. They do like doing that. I know Joker. I haven't played Persona 5, but I know Joker. Because he's in Smash Brothers. He's in Smash Brothers, and very annoying to fight against. He's very annoying. But also had the funniest reveal trailer in Smash history. Because there's a line in his reveal trailer where they're telling you his abilities. It was telling you his abilities, and it's they get to his one of his special moves is neutral special gun. Just gun. Not shoot. Just neutral special gun. So your YouTube channel was a lot of Smash Bros? Yes. Long before the current age. At my last job, during lunch, during like our lunch breaks at work, a bunch of us would play Smash Brothers on the setups that we had at the office. So after a while, I started doing captures of them, saving the replays and doing captures, so that we could watch back like the 1v1s and like learn from them and get better and all that. So they went up on the YouTube on the my YouTube account. So they, so yes, there are hundreds of basically Smash of VODs. Like there's no dialogue, like there's no voices. It's literally just replays that I've recorded and then uploaded. Like the idea of workplaces where people have fun. It was very cool while it lasted. It became progressively less fun, like as things happened company-wide. Yeah. There was a while there where it was actually a really awesome place to be. Fairly chill. And yeah, it is nice. Yeah, so that, we had a lot of fun. So yes, there are literally hundreds of Smash videos on my YouTube account. Feel free to watch them if you want. If you're interested in Smash, I I like to say that we were good for casual players. Like, for people who weren't, like, you know, high-end tournamenters. We were probably... We were tournament capable. I definitely went to a couple of, like, local things. Never won or did particularly well, but I did go to a few. Yeah, we started in Smash 4, so the one on Wii U, and then we went over to Ultimate when it came out. N64 and Brawl. Those are both fun. Yeah, a lot of people like Melee. Melee I can't play. I think my fingers don't melee. It's too fast for me. The Ultimate Story mode is meh. It is pretty meh. Yeah, no, it's pretty meh. I think I beat it. I think I beat the Smash 4 story mode. But yeah, it was not the highlight. Like I said, we did mostly, you know, 1v1s and then free-for-alls and all that. Even had a couple of tournaments. Nelfie won one of those tournaments, in fact. Nelfie has a trophy. We used to work together. Deep lore. Deep lore. Oh, Spectre still does turn to wreak vengeance on us. Whoa, whoa, one does. Oh, have the 4 warriors of light forsaken us? I don't know where this story's going. All I know is that the Haggard Hag is crazy. Yeah, no, I enjoy Smash. It lets me play as my boy. Lets me play as my boy. Robin. Yes, I have a Robin amiibo. It's the only amiibo I own. Yep, Robin Fire Emblem. From Fire Emblem Awakening, in fact. He is a sword and spell user. He's a sword and spell user. The only Fire Emblem I've played is Robin's. Is Awakening on the 3DS. I got into it because I found Robin in Smash 4. And the sword and spell archetype is my favorite character archetype. So I'm a Robin main in Smash 4, Robin main in Ultimate. And I'm obviously doing swords and spells elsewhere. Have you considered Shulk? I can't Shulk. Something about it, the way his kit works breaks my brain. He's too big brain for me. I prefer throwing fireballs at people. And tilting, all of my friends by using a health drain ability. Tilted. Looks amazing. He's cool. I just cannot play him at all. And I don't need another character. I got a Robin. Hopefully forever. I don't know when or if we're getting a new Smash. Probably not anytime soon. But hopefully he stays around. They do. I've seen some people do some crazy stuff with Shulk, though, for sure. He's got some sauce. They ruined Adult Link when it came out. Yeah, like when they was that when they reworked his kit towards the like the Breath of the Wild Link? You get the new Smash for $450 plus $80. Do you think that the Switch 2 is going to get a Smash game? It might. It might. Yeah, Breath of the Wild Link with those manually triggered bombs. I have played around a little bit with with New Link, but he's weird to play, for sure. He is weird. Definitely a different style of character. They sort of made like young Link, sort of the same vibe, but it's not really the same as old Adult Link. Not really the same. I get it. She looks fun though. I can't play him. The whole Monado thing breaks my brain every time I try. But I can occasionally, if I random them, I don't mind slapping people with a giant sword. It's always fun. Always fun. Backslash. There was, when we would do free-for-alls, there was somebody at work who would only play Shulk. And he would literally free-for-all and just backslash across the stage. Then, like, back. Half the time he'd backslash himself clean off the stage. Yep. It was always funny. Really annoying to deal with when you're in a free-for-all with, like, 7 other people. And you're, like, comboing somebody and suddenly, backslash! Please. Please. Free-for-alls are a lot. Even without items in Smash, free-for-alls are a lot. 8 people all going nuts. Oh, my dear boy, if only you'd become a traitor like your father. If only you'd kept your nose out of those history books and never so much as breathed the cursed name of Hildy. But you did, and now we're doomed. 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 That was weird. Yep. Look how we all hit a pose. Even the NPCs were like, what is he doing? Oh, that bleeding horse son's here somewhere. I can feel it in me follicles. It was the most potent hair tonic the realm has seen. Aye, that it was. For all of a fortnight. Before my flowing locks fell out again. Fell out all over again. Just as I was chatting up a lovely young lass in the quicksand. Just twist the knife in an extra elm. Now there. Montebank! Charlatan! I'll find that so-called inspector and his sorry band. Pull every last strand of hair from their bleeding skulls. Okay. What's the pounding noise? I may have gotten a little unhinged with the hag. There. Still got a little more to go. Still got a little more to go. Yeah. No, I'm a Smash enjoyer. Maybe I do a little bit of Smash on stream for the subathon. Maybe that'll be a thing that happens. Completely out of nowhere. I gotta think a lot. I've got to think of a lot of stuff to do for the subathon. So maybe. Oh, it's all becoming clear to me now that the old woman's testimony has confirmed that which I had suspected from the start. Like a zombie picking away at its rotten flesh, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty and revealed the truth within. Open your hearts and feast your minds on the fruits of my flawless deduction. Open your ears, even. Hearts is just not in that sentence. Our phantom thief is a phantom indeed, a wayward spirit caught between the realm of the living and dead for 9 centuries, since meet a tragic end on the battlefield. As such, our course of action is clear. We must placate this tortured soul, that it might abandon its vengeful vendetta and travel to the next life in peace. But what is the true nature of the Spectre's grievances? Without this knowledge, we cannot hope to assuage its rancor. Let us begin our search at the Thaumaturge's Guild. Doubtless the tomes there contain a wealth of knowledge of the ill blood between the sibling nations. Notwithstanding the abject stupidity of everything else that came out of your mouth, some knowledge of Hildy might serve us well. Do research as you will, and do take as much time as you need. You can count on me, Inspector Briardine. Whatever knowledge is in them to be gleaned at the guild shall not escape my inspector's eye. Every dialogue, he's getting hammed up more and more, which I don't hate. Back to Ulda. Back to Ulda. It's been a minute since I've been to the Thaumaturge's Guild. That's where I grew up, though. As in my, that's my first job was Black Mage. We spent a lot of time at the Thaumaturge's Guild. Research in the ancient feud between Ulda and Hildy, are you? Most impressive. Young people these days show so little interest in learning from the past. Anyhow, I'm pleased to say I have more than a passing familiarity with ancient history. To understand the history of the sibling nations, one must go back further still, to the birth of their mother nation, Belladia. The 5th Astral era was an age of untold wonders. The arcane arts burgeoned, and the great civilizations that commanded such powers flourished. This age of enlightenment would not last, however. Power bred avarice, avarice bred resentment, something dark side. It culminated in the War of the Magi, which brought the great floods of the 6th Umbral Calamity, which in turn swallowed once proud nations and left a battered wasteland in its wake. Mages were reviled and persecuted for having caused this catastrophe, with many forced to leave their homelands or face death. There was a small band of those survivors that found their way to Thanalan, where they would found the nation of Belladia some 8 centuries ago. I imagine A government of mages, by mages, and for mages. What wonders might have been wrought had Beledian civilization survived to this very day? Alas, it was not to be. Aha. Aha! Aha. You don't say. Not every day someone comes to our halls to research Hildy. As a fellow student of history, though, I more than welcome this conversation. Beledian civilization flourished in relative peace until twin sons were born to the royal family. Two were fierce rivals. When they came of age and their father passed, each one claimed that he was the rightful heir to the throne. With neither son willing to relinquish his claim, they agreed to split their kingdom in two, forming the twin nations of Ul'dah and Hildy. But not unlike the two proud princes, these sibling nations developed a penchant for rivalry. Aha! Greetings, traveler. You would learn of the war between Ul'dah and the fallen Sultanate of Hildy? It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. The two city-states coexisted for several generations until the bad blood between them boiled over, culminating in outright war. As you might deduce from the present state of affairs, Ul'dah emerged victorious, leaving its once proud sibling nation in smoldering ruins. As the histories tell it, the battles fought between the sister nations were the stuff of nightmares. In a desperate attempt to overcome Ul'dah's superior numbers, Hildian alchemists devised a most horrific stratagem. Employing a frightful formula known as the traitor's spurn, they brought their fallen warriors back as undead soldiers. Some theories have it they even employed their potion on those living who were too weak or wounded to fight. Sends shivers up the spine just thinking about it, you know? It is truly a crowning glory of our fair nation that our forebears were able to emerge victorious against these horrors. Energy is flagging. We've also are also almost done, so energy is right, just right. What's that you say? You seek knowledge of the bad blood between Ul'dah and Hildy? I suppose I can spare a moment. But take good notes. I'm not fond of repeating myself. Two scales, one of gold and one of silver. The gold of Ul'dah, weighing prosperity and power. The silver of Hildy, weighing knowledge and power. But the powers sought by the two nations differed greatly. Yes, greatly indeed. The power wrought by Ul'dah, prosperity, was that of justice and good, while the power wrought by Sildin, knowledge, was horrific beyond belief. The power to rip the living soul out of a man and render him a mindless killing machine. On this matter, our histories are clear. But riddle me this, my friend. Who writes the histories? And what does this shift or say? What does this say of the words written within? Yes, truth can be elusive and fickle as the shifting sand. As one example, did you know that in the war against Hildy, Ul'dah and Almalji warriors fought side by side? Likely you did not, and neither did I, until I encountered a faded passage in an ancient text very deep in our archives. Yet, in the histories read by the populace, you'll see no mention of this most fascinating fact. Might it be that someone, at some time, deemed this particular truth less than convenient? But I have said enough already. Aha! Interesting. Give me that lore. Give me that lore. Oh, my ever-loyal associate. Tell me, what have you learned from your questioning of the scholars in these halls? I do declare, indeed, as it happens, I have learned much the same. Let us take a moment to review and allow my peerless powers of deduction to work their magic. A war of succession divides the great civilization of Beladia, giving rise to the sibling nations of Uldar and Silda. Sildi, The two nations coexist for some generations, until the ill blood boils over, culminating in outright war. Daunted by Uldar's superior military might, Hildy employs their advanced alchemical knowledge to horrific ends, transforming their own citizens, alive and dead, into a fearsome undead legion. Yes, I believe I have it. The facts at hand have led me to one unassailable conclusion. Our phantom thief is a descendant of doomed Hildy, who seeks vengeance against those who reduced his countrymen to slavering zombies. To pacify his soul and send him peacefully to the next world, there's but one course of action. We must find the Sildian statesman who conceived this dreadful stratagem and have him apologize to the thief in person for the suffering he has wrought. Wouldn't he be dead? Like, very dead? Well, a brilliant plan. Perhaps you'd like to go find yourself a shovel and dig the statesman out of his grave yourself? Leaving aside this nonsense of spirits and spectres, it appears increasingly likely that our quarry shares some link to Hildy. This garish garb is no doubt meant to evoke the silver scales of the fallen sultanate. This Hildy connection would also serve to explain the rare knowledge of Beladian artifact relics our clearly possesses. But what of the murder victims? A common thread among them could have incurred the ire of our adversary. A few people in town spoke of a man sighted calling upon the victims in the past days. Those who saw him said he had a most frightened air about him. Oh, wait, it's coming to me. Now, of course. My keen investigator senses ring out with a voice loud and clear. This man Miss Ellie speaks of just might know something. You really should stop thinking so hard. You're likely to strain a brain muscle. Miss Ellie, who is this man and where might we find him? My source identified the man as Guguria, a traveling merchant known to frequent Horizon. Should we pay him a visit? Why does it sound familiar? But we'll have to find out why that sounds familiar next time, chat. We're out of time. We are out of time. It is 2 o'clock. So, let's see. Just stand here. Thank y'all for hanging out today. I hope you had fun as we continue the adventures of Hildibrand, the true hero of Final Fantasy XIV, and the true main story. I've had a good time. Let's see who's live on the old Streamo box. Maybe I send y'all out. Perhaps. Mayhaps. But I hope you've had fun. Following. Let's see. Let's see. You have had fun? Good. Good. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna raid over to Zizaran. Zizaran is the gentleman running the gauntlet. Or is the person who sponsors the PoE gauntlet. Who like created the event and all that stuff. He's doing like a live cast of people doing gauntlet things. So we'll go say hi to him. You know? He didn't really need the stream help necessarily. He's got a bunch of people watching, but why not? Whoop, snooze. But yes. Hope everybody had a good time. Feel free to stop by if you'd like. And you're gonna go annoy Panda? For sure. I'll need to raid Panda at some point. For sure. But yes. Everybody have a great day. And we will see you next time with more Final Fantasy XIV. Make sure you follow me at all the places down below. Join the Discord. And stay tuned for a possible subathon announcement coming soon. Soon. Yes. Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.